are 100% correct. I don't know why you ever doubted yourself, Zip.
Well, because I actually don't remember if I ever saw the movie either. That's why.
All right, respect. Real recognize real. And we have Bodvar recognizing Bodvar here on Crystal Temple. Sire coming out of the gate. Unfortunately, dropping that D-Light ground pound because it picked up Vortex under the stage. And Vortex kind of got caught on that 45-degree angle. Otherwise, that likely would have been the stock. Would have been a huge opening gambit for Sire.
Yeah, by no means was that Vortex getting out of that. Sire just got played by the little angle of the stage. That was an insane start showing this. I was trying to come out really gangster to get this thing kicked off. That was wild. All right, throwing these swords around. Clash of the Titans, not able to land the GC D-Light recovery. Actually, I think went for a Sire, but didn't get anything off of that. Vortex ends up taking the stock after almost losing theirs instantly with a gravity cancel side sig. And what a way to kick this bad boy off. Both players playing with everything they got.
That was a nasty KO, too, because that KO'd Sire in orange. And you saw previously in that basically exact same position, Vortex threw out a GC D-Light that Sire overspaced and then got the punish on. Then you go back to the exact same situation. Vortex, you see the gravity cancel come out. Sire's like, it's going to be a D-Light again. I'm ready to punish it. But actually, it's the side signature that's gravity canceled. So you have all those active frames that come out. Vortex jumps up to punish it and gets hit.
Yep, jumped up on the side and got cracked. That's a read of all reads, a read of the gods. Bodvar trying to... Vortex trying to hold off Sire, but Sire's trying to rack up this damage and tie the game up. Loses the hammer and is now unarmed. Still no fear, throwing these hands out versus the hammer, but the Sire gonna land. Here we are on the side of the stage. What is Vortex gonna do? Nothing.
Ooh, stomp into a whiff. On that sideline, Vortex chasing into the sky, hitting neutral air. Huge lead yet again for Vortex on this one. Swapping over to the sword. Had the option to pick the hammer back up, but wanted to stay on this sword. Neutral light, tossing that away, grabbing the weapon. Fantastic work from Vortex.
Vortex landed that first neutral light a moment ago, faked the back out, and came back over there and landed the second one. That was so well played. Game's all about movement. I will never stop saying that. That is exactly what in a game with no blocks, all you have is movement. Oh my gosh, Stomp Sire coming up from Sire and actually able to keep this much more even than I thought it was going to be. It was looking like it was going to be an avalanche and keep rolling downhill for Sire, but he's able to keep it close.
You're exactly right about the movement. It's a platform fighter, baby. If you don't know how to convert your movement into schmovement, into groovement, you're not going to be finding yourself this deep in the bracket. Sire looking so good here, but it seems like every time Vortex has just found the answer that he needed to get the stock first. So it seems like Sire's been just a little bit behind, and once you get to the end of the game, if Sire's a little bit behind, that means Vortex got the dub no matter how close it was.
Movement into movement into groovement.
That's the 3 levels.
Dude, you're ridiculous. But
I don't even know what the Mega Evolution is. Oh, Vortex! There you go! With the devious lick, picking up the stomp side air at the last moment.
I know you did not just... Okay, so look at this. Like, look, faked the back out and came back with the nair. Bow. And look at that. That was a fake jump. Jumped up and went down instantly. Got out of the way of the dare and then came through with the down light punish into the Sire. Tiger and Reaper. What in the world?
Well, you can just ignore that one. There we go. You know that it's never far behind the actual
Vortex
numbers we're looking at.
We got 540 coming out from Vortex and 520 coming out, 528 coming out from Sire, and exactly what you're saying, it was just Vortex finding the KOs. If you can rack up and be as clean as you want and land the damage, but if you cannot get rid of the stock, that's the name of the game. You're gonna lose. But we're gonna switch over here to actually the exact Taros look that I rock when I play this game. Here we are, Sire swapping over.
It's a good look. Even though I hate Taros, it is definitely a good look. Sire coming out of the gate yet again. Big hits, big damage coming out here. Now, it's going to be tough for Vortex to kind of steal those stocks here when Taros has such a massive potential to take stocks insanely early.
Yeah, this is gonna remedy any stock taking problems you had, any woes. Whoa, the weapon toss was a little off, and now you're in danger. Able to get back, recovery landed, but that was scary.
All right, getting a little crazy with the down signature, maybe feeling a little bit too confident in this one. Vortex still able to get back after getting hit by that side air. Overspacing that side air, spacing that side air as well. Again, Vortex maybe getting a little bit too greedy too early on.
I'm worried that we didn't see the Sire punish come out from Sire when he dodged right away from that neutral sig. That's a telling sign that maybe you're a little scared, and that's gonna be a punish whiff. I mean a down sig whiff into a punch from Vortex. And there it is once again. Vortex finding the KOs. Boom! Right back at him. I like it. Stomp Sire is going to be perfect. He didn't bounce off the stage, so it didn't stop the momentum. Able to get the KO.
It seemed like Vortex had the perfect punish opportunity. His spacing's been really good so far, but right there, the gravity cancel stomp into the side air was a fantastic immediate hitbox throw out from Sire to kind of cover the whiff that happened right before that. Led to the KO as well. But look at all these moves that Sire's throwing out that are just pixels away from Vortex. That's the spacing that I'm talking about, Zip.
Definitely has beautiful spacing. Nice chase, but wasn't able to get a no punish coming out from Sire. Sire's trying to find these options with the axe and has a damage lead, and I like it. Just back off. You don't have to come in too tough, but decides to come in buck wild and misses the side sig. I don't even understand. Like how you go from not doing anything to just raw side sigging. All right, still in the lead, about to try to take the stock out.
Vortex recovering extremely low. Using that recovery till the very end. There you see the stomp side air. He actually pivoted, or stomp down air. Pivoted that one as well. Yo, that was nice from Sire.
That was super dope. You don't see that every day.
Came in with the D-Light too, so he had the time for it. D-Light has so much stun on it. Had the time to pick up, turn around, and hit the side air. That was incredibly clean from Sire.
You ain't lying. I can't wait to see it again on the replays. But Vortex, nice bait, but whoa, went for the scoop and goes. Oh, that scoop's gonna work. Throws him down into the depths, and you see that that animation is from you know what I'm talking
that's
about.
Ben 10.
Ben 10. There we go. There we go. I like that one. I think I have that one equipped. But that is not about me right now. Look at that. Slides over after the sideline, lands the neutral sig. Vortex is just on one, making the right plays.
Gotta be careful, though. You see, anytime Vortex gets a little bit too cheeky, Sire's there to kind of humble him a little bit.
Definitely. Sire's out here for blood. Like, this isn't like an easy game. You're not going to just be able to style on this person and just take this easily. Ooh, dodge for dodge, stomp for stomp. Vortex was able to win that interaction, but boom, get up out of here. Game going towards Sire.
Great victory from Sire. This Terra swap working so well. Any of the little cheeky plays that Vortex came out with, Sire was able to punish so many things that Vortex threw out. Even if Vortex had like, oh, here's a nice spot dodge after something got baited out, he would hit like a sword side air. Meanwhile, Sire's out here dropping big bombs every time, has all the strength of Terros, has 2 heavy weapons coming out. You see the damage split relatively even between the axe and the hammer, so a mastery of both weapons coming out from Sire.
And we've seen in the previous games that hammer has been the answer for Vortex, but we need some more sword. The sword wasn't looking bad in the previous set we watched. It was more hammer, but 91 just obviously didn't get it done. Here we go, going into this one. The hammer's kicking it off, and I mean, maybe you don't need to see the sword at all. But I'm going to think that that's one of the reasons that that Sire was so confident, because it wasn't multiple things to adjust to. Whoa, nice dodge to get out of the way.
Vortex has not been afraid to go in with those really telegraphed ground pounds, even holding them like way past their opponent to where they get super down low so that they have the time to react to anything that their opponent throws out, whether it's like a weapon toss. They can get out of the way of it before recovering low on the bottom side of the wall.
Yeah, it's like we've seen some even in the middle of the stage, right? Like that one we saw earlier that landed mid-stage in the previous set and didn't get a punish on it. It's just, yeah, it's a lot of ground pounds coming out, just pure confidence that nobody's going to do anything about it. And there we go. Nice there coming out from Sire. Sire's the more damaged one, but landed some good hits. Tried the down sig, no good, no punish. but caught him jumping with the Nair. Vortex, weapon stolen, and punished. Not enough. High ceiling gonna keep Sire in the game. Has another chance to take the first stock.
Now they're both red. That recovery putting even a little bit more damage on a Vortex, putting him further into red. There's the weapon toss. Going to keep Sire weapon starved. Might even take 1 or 2 more unarmed recoveries. That should be punished. There you go. D-Light recovery. Wasn't quite sure if that was actually going to KO. Didn't know if Sire was the better option just because they were on sort of the right third of the stage. But there you go. Taros power. Neutral Light is going to KO from basically middle of the stage.
Yeah, if you get like a little bit past light red with Taros, man, that slaps. Neutral Light with the hammer slaps. And it's such a quick option, right? When you're playing ones, you're not playing twos, you don't have to worry about getting punished for doing that by a teammate or anything. Okay, weapon. Second stock is out of here. I'm calling it. What?
Barely touched. I guarantee you, if you put a Twitter poll out there for do they make it back, it would probably be split 50-50, or it would be a huge majority of they do not make it back.
Hey, you're right. Ain't no way anybody was looking at that like he made it back. That was crazy that he got back and barely slid off that side. Didn't even grab the side, just kind of nicked it and slid off. Ooh, try to get a punish. Now they're going to land the Sire. Sire very, very comfortable with this lead. Going for stuff that they don't even really need to go for, but it's like, hey, I got the lead. I can rack this damage up. Nice job. It looked like it was a little gravity cancel on that Neutral Light. And here we are on the side again, but Vortex able to get out before it got too dangerous.
Vortex keeps going over to the wall. Has to be so careful. You know how deadly that axe ground pound is on the side if you pick it up on the bottom. Oh my gosh. All of this axe damage. Vortex wins the hammer mirror and probably wins the sword against the hammer, but really can't handle the axe. Yo, the double? That's going to get the KO, but, I mean, you're playing against Taros. One good hit. It's all Sire is going to need to take this one. Vortex has to play basically perfect. Out comes the axe. I don't know how Sire's not going to find a KO hit here.
I'm telling you, man, almost anything will do it at this point, and they are fishing. Sire, look at it, swinging for the fences, just like, if one of these lands, I'm getting a dub on the board. But nice job trying to move around. Ooh, almost got cracked. Vortex fighting for their life, has the hammer. And it's going to have to be perfect play. Here we go. Come on. Nice. Side light. Nair. I'm terrified.
I am too, Zip. It's so close to jump side air. Sire is going to take that. Vortex very much in danger of being knocked out of this tournament with a 4th place finish if they don't find something here to deal with this Taros.
Bro, that was crazy. I cannot believe the Vortex made it back on that. Barely skinned it. Do you think that he threw the Nair out, and I feel like it reached him up a little bit. Maybe it moved his hitbox of his character, hurtbox of his character up a little bit, able to touch that side?
He definitely needed every single ounce of momentum to kind of hit that 45-degree angle and move up just enough. But look at that graph, that tiny, skinny little blue wedge there in the middle. That stock was taken so quickly.
I mean, that's a recipe for defeat, man. You get your stock taken that quick, and now you got to play from behind, and it's so tough. Swaps over to the Taros and said, enough is enough. I need to go to the real stuff, the real character. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right, Spark?
Yeah, this is the salty swap that I make in ranked after I get beaten by like a Bovar player and I get angry and swap, except Vortex is like so much better than I am at this game with a level 40 Taros on this. So it's not quite as a salty swap as it is like a calculated move compared to Sire's like level 54 Taros. So they're pretty close in terms of experience on Taros, and we know that earlier today Vortex was playing on the Azoth, who does have the axe, and the Bodvar, who does have the hammer, but so far coming out definitely on the losing end of any of the trades so far.
Nice job, and Sire is showing that they are the real Taros, landing a lot of hits here. I think it's the drip, man. I think it's the fact that they're wearing my color scheme, and that's the power up they need to have the superior Taros. But it doesn't mean that Vortex can't stay alive here, but maybe I was wrong. Weapon toss gonna do it. not able to get through the second one. Tried to dodge, but still couldn't make it back up. Axe in hand, I like it. Just swap for the weapon to rack it up. The hammer can be the KO option. Hammer in hand from Vortex. Swinging away, but not really doing much. Just getting pieced up, man.
Vortex has no way in. Struggling so much to find any hits. That's a nice side air. Should be able to, yep, perfect ground pound there, using all of those active frames. Can auto-release. You don't even necessarily have to release it yourself. Once they're in that area, it'll auto-release. Knew that Sire was going to have to burn everything to get back, including a dodge.
Gosh. All right. Okay. So, you know, I was kind of going in the way of Sire being the superior Teros, but Vortex picking it up. This is exactly what you need. You got to get this momentum and ride with it. Nice gravity cancel. Lands the side sig. What's the option? Tried to go up there. Whoa. Sire, brave. Tries to retaliate with a nair and fought back when going back to the stage and getting your jumps back seemed like the better option.
It almost just seems like the winner is who has the axe at the moment. And then when they both have axe, I think Sire's just been playing nicer.
I agree. Whoever has the axe has definitely been the problem. Even though Vortex's hammer is obviously their strong suit, oh my gosh, ground pound, get up out of there. That is such an intimidating weapon. They just hover around over the top of you a little bit, and then they pick their spot. It's kind of just, it's so tough to get around.
Vortex continuing the weapon start game. It's been very effective so far. Weapon spawn is going to come all the way to the right side. Sire's going to be able to grab the axe. Now we have that axe v axe mirror match. We'll see if Sire comes out on top. Vortex's axe is really leveled up here. Nice spot dodge.
Oh, stomps there. There we go. Got the stock out of there quick, and Sire doing what Sire's been doing, able to get stocks exactly when they need to, not dilly-dallying around and letting the damage rack up. Tried to make a read on the jump. Vortex with the neutral sig, but not going to get it. And here we are. Nice stomp Sire. Dancing around each other. This is just scrappage, man. They are going back and forth, and Vortex is the one really landing the hits.
You know how quickly Sire can add up that axe damage. He's struggling so far. Vortex is finding these stomp side airs. Beautiful weapon toss. That will likely do it. There's the follow-up. It took everything to get back. You saw the dodge come out. That was a free weapon toss for Vortex. We're going into a Game 5. Teros v. Teros.
Teros v. Teros. This is the character. This is the man with the master plan. I like it. I don't know if Sire likes it, you know, switch over to the character I'm over here bussing with, and now I have to deal with you playing the same character as me, and you showed me up. That's a yikers. But here we go. We're going into the last one. Are we going to stick with the same characters?
No, we're not.
No.
We're actually going to completely switch places, Zip. At the beginning of the set, Vortex started with the Bodvar, it was Sire on the Teros. Then Vortex swapped over onto the Teros, and it was Sire still on the Teros. Now it is Sire on the Bodvar and Vortex on the Teros.
Yep, it's definitely been a full turnaround. This is a good 180, spin the board around and play each other's side of Battleship. Here we go. Jumping into this thing, hammers taken from by Sire, jumping around trying to land a good hit. Got a nair, and that's about it. And now you have to deal with the axe versus hammer, and we've seen how this has been going.
Ooh, they're going to end up clashing out on that one. The two side lights coming out. Basically, actually, I was going to say even, but that's not the case. Sire is in the lead here, doing a great job with the hammer. Now we have hammer v hammer. It seems like on Great Hall that Vortex was the winner of the hammer v hammer fight. We'll see if that's the case here on Apocalypse.
Ooh, nice play there. Decides to go for the dare instead of the Sire because it's just a little too low. Knew they couldn't get that pickup. Weapon toss a little too high and doesn't opt to go for the ground pound in fear of the recovery. Vortex able to make it back, but the neutral light coming up from Sire. Weapon toss, and what's the final option to get this stock? Oh, no! He could have made that. He really
could have made it if he didn't go for the neutral air that ended up halting all momentum. Could have also thrown the weapon toss up and then gone for the unarmed down air, I think, to touch the wall. But that was a lot of split-second decision-making. Vortex happened to choose wrong.
Yeah, definitely was a moment where you had to make a split-second decision and wasn't able to make the correct one, but in a position where they can take the stock out if they just land a stomp Sire, something big. Nice, that's a raw Sire. Boom, stomp Sire on the slide out. Nice pickup from Vortex.
Vortex
That's how
might
you know.
be one of the Stomp Sire masters out there.
Dude.
I don't know what that wild side sig was, but Vortex picks up goofy stomps and converts them into a move right after that so often.
Big time, big time. Just like that one we saw earlier, had that gravity cancel stomp into the dare. It's just anything that they land off stomp is gonna connect into something, not dropping that combination.
Vortex playing much more reserved on the axe into Sire's sword.
It's a scary situation, right? It's all this damage racked up, and Bodvar's got the killing potential. Oh my gosh, just slightly able to move out of the way of that recovery from the axe. Sire almost lost that stock early. If that would have clipped, it could have been it.
Oh!
Nice.
Vortex went in deep with that one, expecting Sire to be over right on the wall. That could have been the KO, but that bet so much on basically a coin flip of whether Sire was going to be there or not. Sire capitalizing perfectly with the down air to finish up the stock. Vortex on tournament stock here starts it off with an axe neutralite. Man, Sire on the edge is something Vortex has been unable to deal with. There's a side air, but it bounces off the main stage, taking some of the momentum away.
Whew. That was beautiful. Just kept backing up and covering, just being a wall, not allowing Sire to get through, landing those Sares perfectly, able to take the stock early. Yellow on the health gauge. Ooh, weapon toss into the,
dude.
whoa! That
Axe,
was a lot
baby.
of damage really fast.
Now you see how important it was that Vortex had Sire weapon starved on that. That was something that was so helpful for Vortex last game on Crystal Temple.
Nice stomps there coming out from Sire. First hit in a minute. Wow, lands a nice side sig. Big hitbox on that move. Trying to figure out what to do. Oh, that was scary. That could have been a ground pound coming out when he fast fell to touch that wall. And Vortex sitting on the cusp of defeat, right into the gravity cancel with the taunt. Going into losers finals is Sire. Vortex's run ends here, but it was a great run to watch.
The Bodvar swap was too much for Vortex to handle. The sword was so good. The hammer was also incredible. Vortex that game was just completely losing the hammer mirror match, which wasn't the case before when we saw it on the Great Hall. Before, it was whoever had the axe was sort of the winner, and then all of a sudden Vortex focused on the weapon starve, and Vortex was the winner.